Hello, my name is Sean Ennis from Ennis Management, and thank you for joining me here on the Creative Collective. And today I'm honored to be joined by a very special guest. He's a singer, songwriter, and producer from Clarksville, Tennessee, Kendre Streeter.
Hello.
Hey, thank you so much for joining me. So, talk to
Thank you
me.
for having me.
Absolutely. Talk to me about the music scene in Los Angeles.
Uh, the music scene in Los Angeles. It's two ways. It's very. I say, it has a lot of opportunity, but there's a lot of artists here, and what you have to do, you have to try to find ways to stand out. Because literally almost everybody in LA is either creative or there's some part of actor or musician or singer. So, the music scene is really cool here. It has a lot of people that will support you. You just have to find the right people. There's a lot of opportunities, but you have to find the right people. Once you find those right people, then you're pretty much golden after that. So they're very receptive to new music. The urban music is really dope. So they're very embraced. They're very diversified, and they accept a lot of things.
Now, before you made your move to the West Coast, you were in Clarksville, Tennessee. Can you talk about some of the things musically you accomplished there before you made your move?
Yeah, so I actually was in Nashville. I was in Nashville, Tennessee for since college. So I moved out of Clarksville when I was 18 after graduation high school. And I just went up there and I went to school at Tennessee State University. I was in Nashville, and then I just started playing out. So I played with this band called Blended 688. I was a bass player and the lead singer. Then on top of that, I was writing with a lot of people. In Nashville, and I was also playing for a lot of artists like Mike Hicks, singing background for a guy named Mike Hicks. That gave me afforded me the opportunity to play for some real major people. In the realm in Nashville, had Jason Eskridge and just people like that, and being able to play for people like that.
And how many instruments do you play?
I play 5. I play keys, piano, organ, bass, drums, and trumpet.
And can you take me through the progression of where and how you learned to play these instruments?
Yeah, so that's always the fun part, the learning. So I started in church. I started playing trumpet in church because in middle school we either had to do music or we had to do PE. And I was already active playing football and everything. So I was like, okay, let me do music. So I was in band in middle school. So that's where I first started playing trumpet. Well, more so cornet. It's a smaller version of a trumpet. So I started playing cornet. Then, I played that at church. Then ever since I was like 4, I sat right there by the drums every Sunday and just sat there and watched the drummer. Whatever he did, I tried to mimic it with the air drums. So then he grew and started his own family, and so he moved on. And then it was my turn. So from 9, I started playing drums, and I was so trash. It was it was very bad. But my church nurtured me and grew me, and they helped me grow as a musician. So I started playing drums there. Then I transitioned to keys. Then I transitioned to the organ. Then I transitioned to playing bass. So that's where I pretty much learned most of my skills is at church. And the choir director, she was really, really, really good. It really helped mold my sound. So I'm very grateful for her.
And at what age did you start? And also, how long have you been writing and recording original music?
Yes, so I started actually. I didn't write any lyrics. I didn't write anything because my whole thing, I wanted to be in the background. I wanted to be in the background. I did not ever want to be in the forefront. But when it comes to what you're destined to do, you can't really stop that. So I didn't write a lyric until I was 19. I didn't write anything. And when I turned 19 in 2009, something tragic happened to me. My sister passed away. My older sister passed away. So I didn't write any lyrics until she passed away. For literally until I was 19, I didn't write any lyrics. But something after she passed away, I started writing and writing and writing and writing. And then for 2 years, from 2009, I didn't put no music to it. I didn't put no music into to none of my lyrics until 2011 when my mom passed away. My mom passed away in 2011, and when that happened, my dad asked me to sing a song that me and my mom wrote, and I was like, I don't have any music to it. I think back then we did like a demo and we did the song to like a Jagged Edge beat or something like that, and I was like, Dad, no, I can't do that. Not at 21. So, but luckily my community of musicians and I can call them my real friends, came together, and this was 2 days before the funeral when my dad asked me to do it. And we came together and we got the song together. They helped me structure the song and everything. So all the way down to the background. So we sang that song at the funeral for my mom, and then after that, I've just been adding music to my lyrics ever since then.
Well, let me just say I'm sorry for both of your losses. My condolences are certainly with you.
Thank you.
And so that certainly seems like the catalyst. But let me ask you, what made you want to go from being in the background as a musician and really step into that forefront and take on that new challenge?
Yeah. So for that, I really believe that I had to. I felt like I was compelled to, because it felt like, why did I get these lyrics at 19? Then why did I not put any music to until I was 21? I think everything everything happens for a reason, and everything happens for a time. Even though if it's tragic or anything, everything happens. And I guess when my sister and my mom passed away, it kind of ignited something in me that I didn't even know that I had within myself. I went through a very dark period after my mom and my sister passed away, because my older sister was my best friend, and my mom was I was a mama's boy, so it really affected me, and I really had to really find myself. So when I found myself, I found myself in the music, and that's what comforted me, and that's what helped me get through the things that I needed to get through personally. So I really think that's what really helped me, because if my mom and my sister was here today, I probably would still be in the background. I really believe that.
Now, what artist or music has had an influence on you?
Yeah, so B.J. Morton, he's one of my biggest inspirations. Another huge inspiration, Stevie Wonder has influenced me greatly in my music, from writing to arranging to making sure how the song feels. The song has to feel right. Then of course Michael Jackson. Then just Robert Glasper, like just artists like that are really honed in on their craft, and I admire it. So those are just some people that influenced me. Bruno Mars is another one. Between getting the feel of the song right. So yeah, those are some of my inspirations.
Could you briefly describe your music making process?
Yeah, so it varies from time to time. Sometimes I start off with a title, and that's all I have. Sometimes it's just the title. Then sometimes I just get the music. I just get the idea of the music in my head and I fully fledge out the music before I write any lyrics. Or sometimes it's vice versa. It just depends on the vibe that I'm going with that day. But it's either one of those two. It's either I have the track, I make the track and I write to the track, or I write the lyrics. Then, after I write the lyrics, I put the music to it. So it depends. It's usually vice versa. One of those two.
And what inspires you to create music?
Yeah, what inspires me is I definitely have a message that I think people need to hear, especially in this time that we're in now. I have a message because all my music is uplifting and positive. You will never hear nothing derogatory coming from my music. It's always going to be about love, encouragement, romance, making sure that you know that you can do whatever you put your mind to. You know, I got a song that's about to come out on my album called "The Change Is Gonna Come," and that song is just very, very hopeful. It's about, hey, don't worry, everything that we're going through right now, a change is gonna come. Just come on, we're gonna endure it and we're gonna get there. So that's what my music is all about, making sure that everybody has a good vibe and making sure that it's positive and you get a good message out of each one of my songs.
And why is that so important to you that your music conveys that positivity?
That's what music was, in my opinion. My opinion, that's what music was created for. And music was never created to be derogatory or demeaning. It was always meant for, because music is powerful. Music is the universal language. People in China that can't even speak English, if you turn on a Beyonce or a Jay-Z song, they're going to know the song. And they're going to speak it in English. So then at that point, connecting to that one song, everybody can have the same language and they all have the same understanding. So that's why I take music so serious. And when I work with artists, when I produce for, I always tell them whatever we're trying to portray, whatever the message is, we need to stick to that message. Because the message is the most important part. What do you want people to know from this song? And it always should be something positive. It should never be nothing negative. Because you pretty much you don't know, that song can take go and that song can really influence somebody else's life in a positive or negative way just by them listening to your song.
Now, I want to talk about your song "Mess in the Morning." Can you kind of take me through the creative process and also explain some of the themes or concepts that you talk about on this particular record?
Yeah, so this was a fun one. This song was very fun. It was actually a country song. I helped write it with 3 other artists or writers. And when we finished it, it was so good. I talked to one of the writers, and I was like, I have to do my own rendition of this. It's so good. So then me and my producer, we went in the studio. We went out and we flipped it and made it an R&B track, and it feels really good. It's done really well, and this whole theme of the song is kind of a one night stand. That's what it is, a mess in the morning, meaning like, so they have this one night, and the night they things happen. They get drunk, or they just enjoy each other's company. And, we'll worry about all the mess in the morning. We'll worry about the feelings. We'll worry about what we're going to do after tonight. We'll worry about all that in the morning. But right now, we need to stay in the moment. We need to stay in the now so we can really enjoy our moment together.
Now,
so it's called Mess in the Morning.
Now, is there another song that you've released that you're extremely proud of that you'd like to talk about?
Yes, another really all of them. I only have 4 songs out right now, called Just for the Night, Limits, That Love, and Mess in the Morning. But I'm really proud of all of them. But Limits is another special one, really special to me, because that song motivates me when I feel like I can't do nothing, when I feel like I'm capped out, or something like that. My song Limits is it's a positive message that is saying that you can do whatever you put your mind to. There are no limits. The only limits that you have is the limits that you put on yourself. So don't put limits on yourself, because at the end of the day, the only people that's truly holding you back is yourself. So the song says the sky is not the limit. There is so much more. When you reach upon the stars, you'll find one of your own. That's the pre-chorus, and every time I listen to that song when I'm feeling down, it always gives me a kind of extra boost to get me through and say, okay, I can get this, I can do this, because the sky is not the limit. There's so much more beyond the sky.
What are the joys and challenges of songwriting?
The joys and the challenges. Songwriting is one of the most frustrating, most irritating, most enjoyable, most wonderful processes I've ever been through. When you go through and you trying to find the right theme for the song, and then trying to find the right message, then trying to brainstorm of the right lyrics, it gets very frustrating, because as a creative, I want to make sure that I portray the picture that I see in my head very vividly through my music. I want anybody to be able to close their eyes and be able to envision what I'm saying when they close their eyes. And it's very frustrating sometimes, because it takes a while to get there. It takes a while. It takes time, and it takes patience. But when it's done, after you write the song and it's recorded and it's mixed and it's mastered, all of the frustration, all of the irritation was well worth it when you get that very last product and you're very proud of it. So like I said, being a songwriter, it usually takes you through a whole whirlwind of emotions, but it's always good at the end of the day. I think anything worth having should always, should challenge you. You should always challenge yourself, in songwriting, definitely. Even though I'm really good at it, it still challenges me, and that's what I appreciate. It always pushes my bounds to think creative wise, and make sure I get everything that needs to be portrayed out.
Now, can you talk about the experience and what it's like to create and release extremely personal songs?
Yes. One of my songs called That Love is actually very personal. It's a song about a young lady that was a really, really great love of mine, and we met in high school. So that's a very personal song. We grew together and everything, so it's a great song. When it comes to personal songs, I think that as an artist you need to be transparent. I'm transparent as an artist. I think that really, really grabs your audience. Whoever your artist is, it will really grab it, because they can feel it. They feel it's real, it's tangible, it's not nothing fake. So I tell every artist, be transparent, be you. In your songs that you create, they need to be transparent, no matter what you're talking about. You need to have experienced it, or know somebody that has experienced it, that has talked to you. So, or anything in that realm, you know what I'm saying? So that it can be transparent and be true, because as artists, our whole goal is to be transparent and be true, so other people can really grab onto that. Because as an artist, we have a voice that other people don't have. Sometimes we might be speaking for somebody. I know a lot of songs that a lot of people gravitate to. They be like, I really felt that song. Because they felt they were in that moment, and that song might have helped them get through that moment. So I always strive to tell everybody that I work with, make it transparent, make it your story, make it about you. You know what I'm saying? Because then it will resonate with your audience.
Yeah, that's a really great point. I definitely feel like, some of the biggest songs in history have been songs that have really been about a topic that a mass audience has been able to connect with. You know, some of the most popular songs are about love, about breakup, about hurt, or about overcoming some sort of challenge or obstacle that people really can identify with.
That's true.
Now, how important to your music career is a strong online presence?
Um, I'm kind of vice versa with that. I'm kind of old school. I do appreciate a strong online presence in this digital age now, this age of technology now. It's kind of inevitable. You got to. It's going to be very hard to be successful without an online presence. Just because it's a blessing, but I think it's kind of a curse as well, because I think we're too worried about the internet now, where we kind of miss moments that need to be, what word am I looking for? That need to be relatable. You know what I'm saying? Those moments that you can sit in, and I think people miss a lot of moments because of social media. Because I know just some of my friends, when we be on tour, they don't really take in the environment. We're in a whole international country, and some people don't never get to experience this. And I think that they're beyond the cell phones and everything, social media, Instagram. It needs the memory, but it's not like sitting there and taking a moment and basking in that moment. Like, hey, I'm in a whole different country. So I do think it's very prevalent and it's needed. Just because you can connect with literally anybody. I have friends that's over in Japan right now. You know what I'm saying? And I can contact them, just through social media. So that's a good thing about it, because it does expand your business. You just have to find your way to reach out to those people. But once you find your niche and find where people can follow you, it will double or triple your income. Just because it's been proven. You got YouTube stars now, you got Instagram influencers, you got all of those people that's all they do. They just go around, take pictures all day, or just post something on YouTube. But I am old school, and I believe in word of mouth. Word of mouth is always a better form of advertising than anything, because you get one person to tell somebody, and that's two people. Two turn to four, four turn to eight. Then eventually you got a whole whirlwind of people that really love your music just by word of mouth. And at the end of the day, your word is your bond, and to me. So if people are vouching for you, I think that's more precious and more than just liking a picture on Instagram.
What are your music career goals?
Music career goals is basically be as creative as I can be, create the best content that I can create, and leave a legacy for my kids and their kids and their kids. Because as a father, that's my main goal, is to definitely leave a legacy for the people that I love. That's first off the most important thing. Then I'm just strive to make the best music that I can and get people to really get my message. That's my music career goals. I do eventually I already have a production company. I own a production company called Sweet Embrace Music Group. I would love to eventually start a record label so I can help younger talent grow and make real music. Because I think that's lacking in the music industry right now. So those are just some of my goals, just in the music industry.
Now, what advice could you give for an aspiring musician or a musician who's just starting out in their music career?
Yes, I say first off, make sure your business is handled. So make sure first off, before you do anything, make sure your business is handled. Make sure that you have your songs copywritten. Make sure you're signed up with a PRO, which is basically BMI, ASCAP, or CSAC. Make sure you have your business in order first. Then after that, start finding you. Start finding you as whoever. If you're a musician or artist. Find what you gravitate to. What do you like? As far as music, like when it comes down to music, your music style, then your lyrics, try to find yourself. Once you find yourself from there, then it's all about, from that point in, it's just basically just getting everybody else to get on your bandwagon with you.
Can you share your social media links?
Yeah, so my social media links is Facebook is Kendre Streeter, which is Kendre. The Streeter, Streeter. The same thing on Twitter, it's Kendre Streeter, and on Instagram, it's Kendre Streeter _music. I try to make everything very consistent.
Is there anyone you'd like to acknowledge for offering support to you in your music career?
Yeah, I would love, I want, like, especially my auntie, my dad, my producer Maestro, my other producer Mark Knox, that they is my best friend Isaiah White, and just everybody that really is rocking with me in my music, I thank y'all. I'm doing this for y'all, and I really appreciate all of the love and all of the support that y'all are giving me, from my family to my friends, all the way down to just my fans. They're great.
Is there anything else you'd like to promote or share?
Well, yeah. So my upcoming album is going to be done soon, so everybody be looking up for that. I have my singles off of that. It's going to be a song called "The Change Is Going to Come." Definitely be looking at that. Like when this album come out, it's gonna be knocking people in their mouth. Like it's a lot of great music, and I don't say that a lot when it comes to that. But like the music, I'm very, very, very excited about it. My album's gonna be called "It's Time," and I'm looking forward. Thank you, Shine, for having me on the show. I really appreciate that. I want to personally thank you as well.
You're very welcome, and I'd like to give a big thank you to my guests for joining me here today on the Creative Collective. As always, write your comments below. Make sure you like, subscribe, and share this video. And for all of your promotion, marketing, as well as music career consulting needs, email ennisproductions@gmail.com.